She calls me Goliath and I wear the David mask. I guess the stones are coming too fast for her now. You know I'd like to believe this nervousness will pass. All the stones that are thrown are building up a wall. I have become cumbersome to this world. I have become cumbersome to my girl. Well, I'd like to believe we can reconcile the past, resurrect those bridges with an ancient glance. But my old stone face can't seem to break her down. She remembers bridges, she burns them to the ground. I have become cumbersome to this world. I have become cumbersome to my girl. Too heavy, too light, too black or too white, too wrong or too right, today or tonight. Cumbersome. Too rich or too poor, she's wanting me less and I'm wanting her more. The bitter taste is cumbersome. Oh yeah, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah. There is a balance between two worlds, one with an arrow and a cross. Regardless of the balance, life has become cumbersome. Too heavy, too light, too black or too white, too wrong or too right, today or tonight. Cumbersome. Too rich or too poor, she's wanting me less and I'm wanting her more. All the bitter taste is cumbersome. Oh yeah, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah. No, 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 yeah. Your life has become cumbersome. Hi, my name's Gravity Groove. Welcome to Not Safe for Work Magic. Has your life become cumbersome? It's been a long year, folks. It's been a long year. We are 2 little bubbles away from Mythic in 2 days. Can we do it? I don't particularly care if we qualify. This was more just an experiment to see how much value we could get out of. We started, I think, with like 30,000 golds. We used all our gold on quick drafts that we'd saved over the season playing standard. And we've only used maybe 2,000 gems since we started this experiment of trying to draft to complete a set. So if we get to Mythic, cool. It's an additional pack or 2. But was not the primary concern here. The primary concern was getting as many packs and as close to Kaldheim set completion as we can. Which this little thing that you can't see that I can says we're fairly on our way. We've got like 70% of the set in terms of rares, and when we open all these packs, we should complete most, but not all, of the cards we are missing. Currently, the algorithm I'm using, we are at 96 packs, 143 rares owned, It says on average we should expect 7 more drafts to collect the rares or packs we need to complete the set. So realistically, we probably need like 105 packs and maybe 3 or 4 more drafts, and then any packs we accumulate from other prizes or whatever will complete our set. It's pretty good. So if we get lucky and we get 2 wins here, we will just get into Mythic. So I'm not going to rare draft as aggressively in this one because I do kind of want to try to get to Mythic just for my own edification, but it's not really important, and we'll go back to our just draft all the rares strategy shortly after. Well, that's a Mythic. Well, that's a Mythic, folks. Kaya the Unpassable is what that name is, and Kaya the Unpassable is going to be the first one that we've drafted of that. So let's take that. Basalt Ravager, of course, very, very good. And that could put us in Boros Splash Black if we get enough sources. We could end up just not playing this too. That's completely reasonable. If you're behind on a board, this card does very little. It just exiles a permanent and then dies. What's this +1? Put a ghost form counter to 1 target non-token creature. When this creature dies or is put in exile, return it to its owner's hand and create... Wow, that's super powerful. That's nuts. Assault Ravager is definitely the most powerful thing in this pack. We could definitely take the Shimmerdrift Veil if we were super concerned about splashing, but I think you just got to take a good card here. Outrider, pretty solid. Outrider, pretty solid. We are leaning towards kind of wanting white to make it a little more reasonable for us to go into this, but again, we don't have to play it. Craven Hulk is another reasonable pick here. And if you saw this pack in real life after taking Kaya, Ravager, and then seeing this, you probably want to take Craven Hulk to send strong signs to the opponent next to you that red is going to be cut. So that next pack you're going to get good red options back. Here there are 3 playables. Outrider, Craven Hulk, and Iron Verdict. Because this is quick draft, sending signals doesn't really matter as much. The computer doesn't fucking listen to signals. The computer gives no shits about that sort of thing. And I think Iron Verdict and Outrider are strong enough to be considered equivalent in this case, being that we have no snowlands and we don't know where we're going to go yet. Taking Iron Verdict still leaves us in potential white, red, and splash blue. Or Splash Black, rather, which is totally fine. We don't really know what we are yet, so we're just trying to stay sort of opened. It's a powerful black card, but black in general is very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming. If we are in black, in red, white, splash, black, this land probably makes the cut because we probably run 2 to 3 potential sources of black. Splashing is a lot harder when you're not in green, though, to be perfectly honest. We have to be very careful not to entirely try to warp our draft around this one card. That's what we end up in. That's fine, but I don't think it's the strongest color combination. I really don't. So we've got Fearless Liberator here, which is completely reasonable or an aggro-centric deck. We also have plenty of reasonable cards. I don't like Shadow. It's too hard to set up. It can be a blowout if you can set it up, but if you're letting your opponent have 2 more things than you out there, you're probably dying on the board hard. Liberator, Pup, or Raider, all pretty mediocre. Liberator slightly better than Raider, I think only when you're ahead. A C+ versus Raider. which is a C to a D. I do like that Raider can fix a little bit, so I tend to value it a little more than some other people do. You know, because you can chuck your extra land or dig for the land if you need it. Nothing here is very good, though. Could also just take God's Hall Guardian, which is fine. Especially if we're going into a deck that maybe wants to prioritize value and flyers, and we don't end up using the Ravager. Or maybe the Ravager becomes the splash. Gosh, all these picks are pretty bad. Craven Hulk, probably the best thing here. It is another giant, and I'd be happy to end up in any sort of giant pile most of the time. Again, we also have this, but we're not sure what our colors are. Other than, it looks like we're base red. This is a lot of green to be this late. This is all green. So someone next to me is not in green at all. We could pivot to Gruul. We could pivot to Gruul fairly easily. Horizon Seeker is great. Boreal Outrider is, again, fine currently. We don't have any Snowland. I think you pick Outrider before you pick Horizon Seeker, though. We'll probably get another Horizon Seeker. Probably. We might not, and if we don't, then we'll be very sad. But we should, in theory. We don't have a lot of interaction here. If we're not going to end up with this as a playable card, then we probably need Mammoth Growth as our other 2-turn that's pseudo removal. We don't have a lot of 2-drops yet either. If we're... Gosh, what a tough one so far. What a tough one, actually. This has been really hard to figure out so far. It's another Craven Hulk and a Glittering Frost. Also the White Rune, which is very powerful. Yeesh. If we take Glittering Frost here, it makes splashing white easier. Also, we could end up just cutting these. Rune of Sustenance can do tremendous amounts of damage when you're trying to win races, as you've seen in some of our previous drafts. It is really quite scary. It also makes any equipment we get just better going forward. Craven Hulk and Glittering Frost are fine. What a tough draft so far, man. We're just between everything. Really, really unhappy about it. So just one of those drafts, huh? Yeesh. Well, that seems really opened. Judge is very, very good. There's a Runed Crown, which we know would be good here. And it would allow us to just, even if we wanted, cut the Verdict and just run the Runed Crown and the Rune of Sustenance. I think we have too many red cards to be able to cut. Too many good red cards. But we'll see going forward. I think we just take the Runed Crown here as a guaranteed good pick. Being that we still don't fully know what our colors are. Because the computer seems to be trolling us. Vicious Return is just okay. We don't have a lot of good sacrifice targets. Mistwalker, of course, very good. Struggle, pretty good. And the only other piece of interaction we've seen so far. Sure. Arnie Slays the Trolls is also very good. It's looking more like we're just going to be a Gruul deck. And Kaya is going to be a little too unreasonable to fit in. But because of the Ruined Crown, if we can find one or two lands that might fix for us, we can probably easily play a couple white cards with low opportunity cost. It sucks that this is in the same pack as Firewalker, because Firewalker is just fundamentally great. And right now our creatures are a little awkward. Yeesh, Demon Bolt or Lindworm. Well, I guess we have Ravager, Hulk, and Cinder Giant, so we don't necessarily need the Lindworm yet. But Demon Bolt is just... it's Demon Bolt. Well, you know we love Story Seeker, but we're pretty deep into red and green. You don't have to play these two cards necessarily. I hate to take the Story Seeker and just not be able to play it, though. Struggle, Demon Bolt, Iron Verdict, Arnie for removal and control tools, so I don't think we need the Snakeskin Veil yet. Oh, I love this card, I do. You have no fixing at all, though. It's just the best card here, though. So creature light. I hope we end up with enough creatures here. Don't know if that's the right call. Well, I mean, it looks like we're going to have to splash green because the computer has decided that they're in green. This probably means we're cutting the Outrider and keeping the Struggle and the Arnie. Maybe just keeping the Arnie. That's pretty good. None of these cards are insane, and this is pretty good. Cavalry's pretty good. Yeesh. Big fat lot of nothing here. This is not normally a creature I would recommend running, but I think we're going to take it here. So creature light. I mean, I guess it's a potential fixer. The Shieldmate came back, which is just like, yes, the computer was just off white entirely. Magda. Do we have 4 Magdas? We're probably taking Magda regardless, right? Because, again, it would help us fix and throw in a little green. Magda. We do not have 4 Magdas. Probably taking Magda. It would be Magda, Crush the Weak, Blizzard Brawl, which would be in our splash color, Mass Vandal, which are in our splash color. Yeah, let's take those. This is bad. This is bad. Huh. This is just bad. We could take the forest if we think we're going to try to still play the Outrider, the Struggle, and the Arnie. The Magda enables the Vault Robber itself, the Fearless, the Cavalry. We have a lot of dwarves that we could get a potential potential treasure from. We have 4 Rally the Ranks. We just want to like take the rare. Rally the Ranks. We do not have 4 Rally the Ranks, so that's an option. Realistically, we're not running the. We're not running another Fearless, right? We've got a decent amount of 2-drops here. All the 2-drops here. Really, if we see the flying Foretell fucker that gets back a 2-drop, that would actually realistically be quite good for us. And we're probably not running Wings if we have Rune, Equipment, Kill Spell, Kill Spell, Kill Spell, Equipment, Kill Spell. I mean, I'd take one mana trick, but I don't think you waste a pick taking it here. What are the chances we're really running this if we only have 2 powerful green cards and 2 snowlands? Pretty damn low, right? We'll just take the rare. Add it to my collection. Rally the Ranks 2. So we've gotten 2 rares. So that's at least 400 gems worth of value. Huh. Oh, squash. There's a squash here. And we have a bunch of giants. Well, I don't think we have to think about that anymore. Hey. That's really good. But so's Lindworm. Again, but it's in our splash color. So yeah, we're just taking this. I would take Lindworm here, but double green when it's our splash color is just getting a little irresponsible. Another Craven Hulk, a Masked Vandal, a Gold Vein pick. So we're definitely not running this. But I could definitely see running Masked Vandal and it being worth the splash. It is very powerful. Also, running the pick would help enable our splash a little bit. And also a Craven Hulk is just a solid critter right now. I think Vandal's probably the pick, though. We're so flush with 2-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We probably just take the other giant so we can have another boom boom. Just another way to definitely be able to finish the game. I feel like we kind of lacked finishing power there. Kind of wish I had seen another one of those God's Hall Guardians, but we never saw another one. None of this stuff is really good for us, huh? Like the Snowland does actual nothing. With 3 Snowlands, would we run the Boreal? Gotta be Story Seeker, right? Yeah, we're pretty low on critters. I'd like to get at least 15 critters. I think Battlefield Raptor is almost always better than Pup, especially when we have a couple pieces of equipment. Would we run a 3rd Cinder Giant? Probably not. Seems like we're getting into irresponsible territory. But would we run this trick? Probably not either. Like, our spells look pretty good right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of removal. 6-ish. Yeah. I wish we had another Craven Hulk. I'd be really happy if that comes back. Sure. The Lindworm came back? That's probably pretty good then. So, do we want to run Arboreal Outrider now that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 snowlands? That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 green cards, and we'd have Magda and Vault Robber to potentially enable them. We could also just cut all the green cards, but they are all quite powerful green cards. We're definitely not trying to run Lindworm, even though I really wanna, because Lindworm's great. I can see running 17 land here, but it is a 2.9 curve. We are low, and then we just have the Cinderheart Giant at the top. Huh. What would we cut for Boreal? How much value are we really going to get out of this critter most of the time? We have to exactly draw this, be able to cast it, and have the right snowland of color, and I feel like it's just not worth the risk. I'm going to cut down to 2 forests in the main. 7 white sources, 7 red sources, 8 red sources, 3 green sources for 3 green cards. 16 land with a curve of 2.9. Got 1 rune to act as a little tiny bit of card draw, but we got no pack mates here. Deck doesn't look insane. Definitely doesn't look insane. We could cut a raptor for Boreal. Let's just give it a shot. I feel like we're going to get mana screwed, but we'll see.
Take your marks. Set.
Yeah, we got Tron. So depending on what we draw here, we might just go Plains Raptor. I think we're going to go Plains Raptor. I don't know if the extra 1 or 2 damage we get will matter, but no 2-drops. Not punished, at least. Rather cast a creature than Rune Crown next turn, but if that's what we got, It's a lot of land for having only 16. Holy fuck. Ten total land remain in the deck. We have drawn 6 in 12 cards, which is a bit much. Yep, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Do we just mask and put this thing up? Because we have no other place here. We can basalt and lose the ability to kill something, which feels bad. Damn, this draw has just been really bad. Yeah, this draw has just been really bad for us. Like, if he has removal, we're in such bad shape. Oh, he has the land. Yeah, we're in terrible shape. Just drew way too many lands here. I'm obviously not going to equip it if you don't tap anything. Like, obviously. Oh. Cool. Jesus, this fucking guy is indestructible, and all we can do is draw lands. What a great game, folks. Let's see. 7 lands. 1, 2, 3, 7. In 14 cards. That's 25. Is that 7 out of 14? Great. Huh? Holy fuck, man. 8 lands. 8 lands now. There you go. We're just doing this so this will go off and give us life gain. Hopefully for the Cinder Giant. Uh-huh. 8 lands out of 15 cards in a 16 land deck. Oh, he just used that on it? Yeah, I mean, you got rid of my thing. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he doesn't have a haster or a way to remove the Cinder Giant, we're still alive? If he has a Jarl, we're in trouble. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yuck. Holy fucking shit. Yep. Well, that was a non-game. We did not get to play Magic that game. Let's try again. Jesus Christ all fucking mighty. Just draw 8 land and do nothing. 16 creatures in our deck. 2 Story Seekers. Lots of 2-drops. No, sir. Just garbage. Exclusively garbage, folks. Well. It's bad again. It's bad again. It's very bad again. This time we have one of our 2 green creatures. And no green mana, of course. Well, at least we have a thing we can play on 3 now. Sure. Better have that run out than killing our crown. Man, maybe the crown just isn't playable anymore. Maybe equipment is just a bait because everyone has artifact destruction shit in their deck game 1. Okay. You want a snake skin here? Sure. Completely fine with that trade. He blew a super valuable piece of removal on a 2/2 Mopey Flyer. Sure. So whatever we do is getting counterspelled here. Pretty much 100%. So I don't know, he's only got 1 blue. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe he just has no play. I guess it could be Disdainful Stroke. Yeah, it could be Disdainful Stroke. Could be Bounce. A second Snakeskin Veil. Okay. 2 Snakeskin Veils to save his garbage creatures. Cool. Better on that than on our squash, I guess. We're probably using the rune here on Craven Hulk just to get another draw. And because we have a Rune Crown, we can just recast it from the graveyard. Of course, any piece of equipment would be pretty good here. Sure. You're still gonna race me. Okay. Well, we're flooding again. 9 land left in our deck. Just gonna have a bunch of flood games, huh? We want to cast Squash here. Yeah. Yep, still racing me. It's actually doing a really good job. Not gonna lie. So bolt. Just bolting this, Ravagering him, I guess. Or are you just mass vandaling? I really want to get value out of our Ravager if at all possible. Now we have Squash and Demon Bolt up. If we draw another creature that coincides with our Ravager, we can kill something. We do have a couple Story Seekers and a Rune Crown to potentially get our lifelink back. Spirit. It's really good. Let's hope he doesn't have another Snakeskin Veil. Yeah. Yep. Sure. Iron Verdict. I'm fine doing that. Really rather he play something with 2 toughness that we can squash. This also puts him away from Woundworm for a little while. Obviously, he's going to win the long game, which is why it's so tragic that we've drawn so awkwardly both these games. Like, our deck is just full of 2-drops that we don't draw. 2 Raptors, Shieldmate, Story Seeker X2, Axeguard Cavalry, Fearless Liberator, Magda. What the fuck? Okay, so more fucking land. More fucking land. Sure. Every fucking game, we're gonna flood. Just flood and die, and flood and die, and flood and die. God damn. $16 land deck, folks. 16 land deck. We've drawn more than half of our deck's land before we've hit past 24 cards 2 games in a row. Very good. Deck felt pretty reasonably powerful, but if you never get to play Magic, it doesn't matter if you're playing a damn constructed deck in Limited, it won't matter. Sure. Yep. You're at 6 life, you're still attacking. Vault Robber. What we drew was Vault Robber. Arnie slays the trolls. One of our 2 Cinderheart Giants. Craven Hulk, Struggle, Arnie. Sure. So if we draw a removal, if we draw a Tormenting Helm, those are both potential win cons here. Yep, the ground is completely locked up. You got it. Cinderheart Giant is pretty good. Putting it on the ground, that's pointless. Jesus. Some bad drawing for us. I want to cut Vault Robber because it's really mopey. I really do. Then we still have 3 green sources plus the Magda to enable our green cards. Vault Robber just seems so mopey. We could play a boat. We could play a Wings of the Cosmos. I don't hate a Wings of the Cosmos, honestly. Or we could try playing the Boreal. I'm going to try the Wings. I'd rather be at 16 creatures, but Vault Robber is really bad. And at least Wings has a potential impact. Lets us either trade up or fly over to finish a game. So Story Seeker on 2, and if we hit some lands, Craven Hulk. Giants is scary. 2 of our 3 green cards in hand, not ideal. Not ideal. Could be Augury Raven. I hate that card. We lost some really punishing games to this on 3, and them just like hitting land, and us being so behind on tempo. Wow, no creature. That's pretty fortunate for us. Allows us to get Craven Hulk out, but that way if they... I guess we could not swing. Attacking is pointless anyway. Problem here is if they play something and crew, what trick could they leave up? I guess Frostbite? Oh! Squash off the Harbinger. Wow, and then crew. Oh, they didn't even do it. We're so utterly and completely fucked off of that play. No playable cards. Man, this deck has performed so poorly. It's just such awkward shit. We cannot reliably draw 2-drops. We just can't. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Holy shit! I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand. Again, it's a 16 land deck. It's a 16 land deck. And all we do is draw land, no 2-drops, and a 7-drop. Like, over and over and over again. Like, that's it. That's all we've got. Uh-huh. That's all we fucking got. Yeah, by all means, get free cards. Please respond so I can concede. Thank you. Yep. Oh, what a fucking miserable set this is. What a fucking miserable set this is. Oh, man. Like, I just wanted to have some good games of Magic. I did. I really did. Uh-huh. If you hadn't dropped a 2-1 there, I would have dropped a Story Seeker, but... Uh-huh. Run amok me, daddy. don't really have a good Arnie here, huh? Guess that's a decent Masked Vandal. We could Arnie the 2-1 if we really want next turn. Just to get a little tempo. Put the counters on the Story Seeker. Sure. Demonic Gifts. Okay. Got everything on them up. Arnie here. Foretell this. Yeah, let's just Craven Hulk. Sure. That's pretty annoying. Not gonna lie. Pretty annoying. We've got Giant, Giant, Giant. Or we can blow this up. It's probably the play here. Giant, dwarf. Yeah. Cool. We drew a reasonable curve out, and we actually got to play Magic. We're back where we started. Shit, man. Turns out if you can play cards, you have a chance of winning a game. Especially if those cards aren't all land. Yep. Crazy how that works. Yeesh. Well, let's see if we can at least get a third win. I'm not holding out hope that we're going to be able to get to Mythic off of how bad our luck is going right now. But, you know.
Take your marks.
And we only got 2 rares. So if we get 3 wins, I guess that's 300 gems, right? Is 3 wins 300 gems in this? I don't remember. And a pack. So that would at least put us on even for our investment, which would be nice. This was a tough draft, though. Like, the computer was very unclear about what cards were open for us, what colors were open. Having to maintain a 3-color base that deep into the second pack really sucked. Well, I kind of wish these 2 cards were anything else, but we've got a 1, 2, 3 that's all fairly reasonable. We are on the draw, which makes the aggro plan a little worse. It's another playable. That's pretty frightening, not gonna lie. How cheeky would it be for us to not play the Story Seeker and see if we can get them with our trick? Too cheeky, right? Bloodsky Berserker is pretty scary when they get it this early. We have one Verdict, one Demon Bolt, one Squash, one Struggle, one Arnie. Possible ways to deal with it. But it looks like it's going to be getting big. So now I think we do leave the white up here. And maybe we do get the blowout. Would be quite a blowout for us. Cool. Well, probably kills the Courser, right? Oh, this plays a huge blocker. We can Mask Vandal into Squash, which doesn't accomplish anything right now, really. I guess we want to protect this. And I would like to be able to get that glittering if I can, but like putting this down at least allows us to kill this thing and have Squash up. I'm gonna wait one more turn. Yeah, I'm gonna wait one more turn. Sure. Just getting a pretty deep bench. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah. Got great attacks, man. So now we move this here and swing, and if they trade, at least we can Vandal. Now we get the Vandal. Destroy this. Can squash something if we want, or just protect our flyer, which we have to protect our flyer here. We have enough of a life buffer, we're probably going to win, but our win condition is pretty flimsy at the moment. Yeesh. Oh boy. It's getting ugly out there for us folks. Sure. That's pretty good. Just go squash as well. This doesn't gain life, does it? Okay. Okay. I think that's game. King Harold's Revenge. No. You lose. You... Yep. You almost got blown out by King Harold's bullshit. Ugh. That would have been sad. Off stream, I had a game yesterday that I lost to a person with exact cards in hand, exact mana, exact board. We were winning pretty handily with a Gruul deck, and we had a Grizzled Outrider out, that 5/5. We had used Struggle for Skemfar on it, so it was a 6/6. Our opponent had a few mopey Boros creatures out there. They had 2 cards in hand, 6 mana, 1 card foretold, which we thought was going to be an Iron Verdict, so we tried to play around that most of the game. Figured they weren't using it because we had a 6/6. They drew 1 card, shackled our 6/6. I blocked. They hit Run Amok on it, and then they went Kaya's Onslaught on it and hit us for 17 through a blocker. Or a 16 through a blocker. Killed us in 1 turn. So they drew exact cards, exact mana, and I had the creature that they killed me with. I had to sit here for a minute. Catch my breath. Still hurts so much. Okay, we're back. The next one is a... hey, it is 300. So we got our money back, but if we win, we go Mythic. If we don't, we got to try again. Wah, wah. I'm going to get some more beverage, and I'll be right back. past coffee time. It is beer time. Got some Insight Wicked Thicket here. Pretty good. Horn failure. Come on, Henry. Let's have a non-game. Let's have another good non-game. You know, they say not wanting it is a strategy for getting it. I don't want it so much. Well, this looks like a reasonable draw. We're on the play. We've got all our colors. Arnie's a little dead at the moment, but we've got a Raptor and Verdict. Obviously, we're going to need to draw some creatures. You know. We've got a few. I'd like to not draw land for the next 3 turns. Okay, so with it being Finn, do we just foretell Iron Verdict? Or are we still just playing this and this? Yeah, and then we'll just cast Iron Verdict next turn. Sure. Because we can't Arnie against Finn. So we're just gonna... What did I tell you, Land? I think we're just gonna Iron Verdict here. Plays around so many tricks I could have in this color combination. We're flooding already. We only have 10 land left in our deck of 30 cards. 33% chance to draw. We were concerned about that. So, do we leave this back to block both and risk getting blown out into open mana? I don't think we can. I think we have to race. Really like to get value out of our Arnie. Play something not stupendously huge. Fuck! Fuck! Fucking fuck! Yep. Just giant creature after giant creature is stupendously bad for us. Staggeringly terrible. Yeah. If they would have played anything we could have gotten value off Arnie there, we'd have a game. But now we just don't. Despite count fucking flood. Jesus goddamn fucking Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half the land in the deck. Why? Why? Why do you have to be this way? Why do you have to be like this? Does first strike work on fucking fight effects? I never remember this. First strike does not apply. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just all we do is flood. All we do is flood. What the fuck is their foretold card? Oh, more reinforcements? Sure. Yep. That's a 6.1% to happen that time. We made a 16 land deck deliberately to try to minimize our chances of flooding out, and we flooded out 3 out of our 6 games. It's supposed to happen about 1 in every 20 games, roughly. You know, the odds are usually between 1.1 and like 5.5. Well, Magic's a high-skill game, folks, where the best player always wins, and you never get screwed. Also, the shuffler is completely reasonable and does not lead to one-sided stomps that are fucking psychotic. Like, I've never played an FNM, a series of FNM, a bunch of Commander games with a friend, a day of Magic with friends, and had this many flood screw, like, games occur back to back to back to back. It just doesn't happen. I really wish they would fix whatever algorithm they use in this game to true randomizer. If they were going to have it be true random, just have it be true random. Whatever their algorithm is to affect hand smoothing or whatever the fuck is going on behind the scenes, the part of the math that we can't see, I feel like it's grossly fucking up the statistic rates of which bad draws like we're experiencing occur. I do wish we get to get... fuck. Easy for you to say. I do wish we got to play a few more actual games today. But the games we played, we did manage to do the best we could and pull some wins out. It didn't show us if we got 2 packs there. We did. Cool. Okay. So we got 1,100 gems worth of value out of that. But still a pretty disappointing result. I was really hoping we'd get to Mythic on stream. Unfortunately, you just got to see me get screwed over and over again on stream, which, hey, join my OnlyFans for more quality content. My name's Gravity Groove. This has been Not Safe for Work Magic. I think you probably know that by now. And thanks so much for hanging out. If you have enjoyed the show, if you've learned a little bit about how variance sucks balls, feel free to like, subscribe, say hello in the comments, talk about how great not being able to play Magic when you pay for it is. It's really great, isn't it? And yeah, I'd love if you would do that. Take a few seconds to leave a comment below, and that would help me out. Hopefully we'll see you back again, and maybe we'll have that little mythic tag by our name. Thanks so much, and we'll see you later. Boom.